Greetings, beautiful family. Now, are there such things as negative entities or even as demons that can manipulate our reality? If you are unfamiliar, my name is Ty L, and if there were a label that I would adopt that best describes me, it would probably be a quantum architect, which essentially just means that I specialize in working with energetic structures. So I work at the template level of reality that then manifests through all different layers of experience, even into physicality. And there is a lot of confusion around the idea of these negative entities or even demons, and ideas that these kinds of expression are at play in manipulating our experiences, that we're somehow victims in some way to these ideas that are influencing us. So I've been guided to briefly speak on this, and from an archetypal perspective. Now, creation likes to keep things simple. Keep it simple, stupid, right? We are fractalized aspects of the same substance, and a slight adjustment to the parameters, and we're going to be shown a completely unique perspective, while keeping a lot of those core themes the same. Now, we see this in a Mandelbrot fractal. If you simply tweak just a little bit of the formula, the whole image changes, and you can navigate infinitely into that image. And in truth, we are all the one. We have many truths, but each of those truths fit into what is actually true. Now, we each have our own unique perspective, and many perceive dramatically differently between each other, right? While looking at the same idea. And our angle of view is what we would call a truth. But what is true is the object itself. Now, do entities, negative entities, and demons actually exist? And that's going to be a matter of perspective. And how we define things is what truly matters. How are we defining these ideas? What values have we assigned to these ideas? And depending on how we define the parameters, it's going to dramatically change the belief system in which our ego structure, the idea of self, perceives outwardly from. Now, from a technical, a very practical perspective, no. These are simply expressions of self that are viewed through negative or limiting ideas or definitions. Now, depending on how we define these ideas, we're going to have experiences that support these perspectives. But at its core, these thoughts are thoughts that exist within us, that serve us if we so choose to perceive them in this way. But what is true is that these are all experiences of the self. And as a quantum architect, I work with the core frequencies and programs that are held in our bodies and in our energy field. Now, those core frequencies represent thought forms that we have assigned a value, whether that's a positive, a negative, or a neutral value. The definition that we've assigned will dictate the vibration of that thought. Now, if we identify an idea as negative or as limiting, it's going to stimulate that core frequency in our energy field. Now, if it is a negative or limiting idea, we will often judge this vibration and frequency and not allow it to move through our field. We'll hold onto it. And based on the vibration of that frequency, it's going to depend on where in our energy field it's going to be stored. This is the idea of an emotion, which is meant to be energy in motion. These core frequencies and emotions are going to wear many costumes. They're going to be shown to us with many stories, but that core frequency is the same. Now, if we choose to, and we always choose to attach to these costumes or attach to these stories, then these belief systems that we have are going to be shown to us again and again in our outer reality. And it's going to reflect this back to us. Other belief systems that we have are going to show up to support this idea as well, to help it feel real. But what is true is that it is all an illusion. It's simply an illusion. To master our reality is to recognize that creation is inherently paradoxical. It's not this or that, it is this and that. But also recognize that expanded perspective always holds the limiting one, and it is closer to what is actually true. We wear many, many costumes, and so does the reality that we experience around us. Our ego structure that we identify as the self, or Tai as this version of me, is simply a set of programs. Some that we've adopted, so like through our DNA or through collective belief systems, but also through our sphere of influence. We are each our own unique signature frequency. We are a unique piece of the puzzle of all that is, and which gets to peer out from endless perspectives, from endless costumes. We are experiencing a mass hallucination, one that is riddled with distortions and reversals. It is all here to serve us, to help us transcend the limitations of our ego structure. That is the end game, to remember who we truly are, and that is to remember a new version of self in every now moment. Now, we can only experience giving our power away, especially to these ideas. It is technically impossible to truly do so. No being, no entity, no idea has power over us unless we choose to perceive it in that way. And in that way, it is truly an illusion. Take your power back. Remember who you are. No idea, no thought, no being, no entity, no demon can take that from you. Now, I see you, I feel you, I love you. Be you, beautiful soul. Che piazza,